Welcome to TradersArmy.com, defending your right to build wealth and preserve capital for generations to come.
Yeah, Friday. What's up, everybody? It's Friday morning. It's the summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. Get out there, enjoy it, get ready for a great weekend. I'm your host, Chuck Fulkerson. Welcome, everyone, to the Daily Market Commentary. We're going to do what we do each and every day, looking at the same 10 to 12 futures markets from an educational perspective, identifying potential breakouts and reversals so that you can understand them. And feel free to ask questions by going to TradersArmy.com, and support@TradersArmy.com is our email address. So let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, yesterday was a live trade room, and so there's a couple lines on here from the live trade room. And one of the things that I think is important about when we do the daily market commentary and our live trade room is I don't take lines off the charts, and I want to be accountable to the results. And so here's an example of one of those days where Mama said there'd be days like this. In the ES yesterday we were up. I didn't want to chase and just buy a breakout in the ES, and found two levels that I thought, frankly, were both pretty good reversal points, where we may get a bite at the apple and a chance to get in. And so I thought both of these were pretty good areas. Let me focus on the bottom one more. This was formed right there around the Australian market open, right before the European market open. We got a very nice move away from there, so I anticipated a good little pullback. Well, we came into there and we got just a little bit of a move away, and then price came down. And then the most frustrating thing that can happen in the world of trading happened. Price went the way I thought it was going to go anyway. It just did it right after it stopped me out. And the reason I want to highlight this is because anybody who doesn't show you that this happens is not being fully transparent. This happens to every trader that's out there. This was simply just getting in too early. And getting out too early. This was a case of using a 15-minute level when the hourly level, the hourly level still wouldn't have done much for me. Hindsight being 20/20, it reversed at these two candles highs right here, where we had those upper wick here. But once again, hindsight is always 20/20 in the world of trading. So I just, there's a lot of times people get frustrated because they don't see that when you're out there teaching and you're showing trades that you have these same results. By the way, we all do, right? Every trader has these problems that occur, and I just wanted to highlight it, so don't get too frustrated if these things happen to you. I think the tendency for a lot of traders is to see those kind of things and get overly frustrated. Those are going to happen, right? But that was a very small level, right? So the zone here was from 29.46 to 29.43. It was 3 points. The exact same level was in the Nasdaq. So in the NQ, we had the exact same level, 77.61, 77.54, or 55 or 53. Excuse me. So 8 points or so. So it was none of these were very big levels. And then price kind of rallied off of them. Now, one of the things I will highlight is what we're looking at for today. We see that the S&P is putting in lower swing highs and slightly higher lows. I see that the Nasdaq is putting in lower swing highs, but the higher lows are not as pronounced, and we didn't come back up as high in the Nasdaq. So there could be a potential breakdown from one of these levels on these charts. So take a look at that for a potential today. We may get a breakout out of this triangle pattern. In crude oil, we had a confirmation short off of this little level, and that hit in the overnight sessions. Now, when I look at this is our confirmation entry. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After 6 candles, we hadn't really done anything. That's the point where you either move your stop to break even or take some money off the table. And so now the reason why this was a confirmation entry was because when we looked at this yesterday in the live trade room, we were looking at this area up here as our better reversal. Now, why is that the better reversal? Let's go talk about that for a minute. So one of the things I noticed is that we essentially put in a double bottom, right? And I'm going to talk about a double bottom here for a minute. It's double looks like the letter W, right? That's what a double bottom looks like. Well, the double bottom is a measured move. It's typically going to be a measured move. So when we talk about that measured move, what it is you take the bottom of the W, which is down here, the very bottom of the W, and the top of the middle part of the W, which is here. So the distance between the top of that middle part and the bottom is a measured move. And that's a measured move from here to here. So the anticipation is that on the breakout above that level, you're going to get the move to go that far. Well, lo and behold, when we do that, that takes us right up to this pivot up here and this level of supply. So that is really what I'm looking at here is how that measured move comes into this little supply level. Now, we had this wick over wick area here, which is where we've stalled out a little bit, and that's really the main reason why we converted that level to a confirmation entry, because I think that this level up here is going to act as a price magnet. Now, some of you took the breakout trade, and if you took the breakout trade, then you're doing really well with it, and it's moving your way. If you miss the breakout and we do get a pullback, we get a little chance to get back in somewhere down in here. So that's the crude oil level. Gold, we're way extended in gold, but I didn't want to chase, and so now waiting on a potential pullback is an opportunity to get back in somewhere down in this region here. Looking at our bonds and currency markets, there's not a whole lot to go over for today. In our ZN, we are pulling back a little bit and have a potential reversal right in here, although if we base in front of that level, it's going to invalidate that zone. In the Aussie, we are rallying higher on the hourly chart. Didn't like really any of these reversal candidate opportunities, so we're rallying higher to where these levels might be. And then in the euro. Now in the euro, we did have a 15-minute reversal. So those of you that caught that level, you got a little bit of a move out of there off of the 15-minute time period. It wound up moving right to its opposing fair price value area and then kind of stalled out. Now, you could still be in that position if you want to. So if you're in that position, I would move your stop up to underneath this area of demand and lock in some profits. In the Canadian dollar, we've rallied up a little bit, still have a potential reversal point in there. Last, but certainly not least, our Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. The pound trade, we are sitting just above a potential confirmation long area right in through here. This confirmation long exists because we've rallied up out of it, came close, and then moved away. So let's see. If we start to base in front of it, it's going to completely invalidate that level. The Japanese yen, we are above our demand area. We're waiting for a bit of a pullback. If you're so inclined on this yen position, we had this little bit of a base right in through here that I think you may get a little reversal opportunity up above in there. Copper, for those of you that took the copper trade, that copper trade's working really, really well. We just did a nice touch and go off of the copper level from yesterday's live trade room. So we're heading over the weekend. Remember that heading over a weekend with the futures markets, you always take more gap risk. So hedge your gap risk utilizing options on futures. If you don't know much about that, you can go to tradersarmy.com, and we certainly have a video there on options on futures so that you can watch that. It's in our free videos section. So hope you guys have an amazing weekend. If you have any questions, please send us an email. Talk to you soon. Have a great day. Later.